Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Remember 11. I am extremely sorry for being gone for so long. That's like, what, half a year? Or even more, I think. Yeah, about a year. I know I last uploaded about 7 months ago, but that upload was like made 5 months before it uploaded. So it's been a year since since I did another Remember 11 episode, but I'm not going to bore you with details on why I've been gone. It's just simple school stuff, and now I'm in summer. You know, I have more free time, so more recordings, more episodes. Anyway, let's see. From what I remember, last episode, it's been so long, but in the last episode, I know Kokoro ate the food, and then we found out Yuni had the same charm he had in the cabin, which proves my point that that Sphia is first in the timeline, and then comes the cabin, even though we're being convinced that it's reverse. And the third thing, what was the third thing? Oh yeah, and then we were outside of the cabin, looking for a helicopter, but there was no helicopter, and then we decided to go back to the cabin and use up everything inside the cabin as firewood, and that's where we left off. Oh wow, I did remember a bunch. Anyway, I think that's it for a recap. If there's anything missing, maybe they'll mention something here, or if they mention something here and I forgot about it. It's been a whole year. Anyway, a little bit of happiness. We're in the cabin right now. Pretty sure. The night was messed up already. The night was long. Far too long. Light broke through the night. The blizzard outside raged on and on. The demonic screams of the wind rocked the cabin and shook the windows. At this point, the only thing that can penetrate the storm is a miracle. Hugging her knees, Mayuzumi kept shivering as she sat there with a vacant look in her eyes. The several layers of blankets which she was using to cover herself didn't seem to be helping at all. Weak groans escaped her lips, along with the sound of chattering teeth. Yomugi was sitting on his bed, flicking his lighter open and shut continuously. His eyes, now devoid of their flame, stared blankly at the stove. Annoyed with the sound of Yomugi playing with the lighter, Mayuzumi had been pestering Yomugi in a shaky voice to stop since some time ago. But Yomugi hadn't stopped. He's probably doing it so that he doesn't fall asleep. Alright, seems fair. The metallic sound was like the last form of resistance from a human whose flame of life was about to be snuffed out by the fury of nature. Wow, good on you, Kokoro. It was by no means pleasant to the ears, but it was the sound of civilization. It was absolute proof that we were still alive. I forgot how poetic Kokoro is. It's like, wow, that's a good metaphor you did there, Kokoro. It was our heartbeat. Yuni was sleeping in my arms. He had been in a dangerous state of hypothermia, but his body temperature was slowly rising. The heat was returning to his hands and feet as well. According to Yomugi, he was lucky to have survived without losing any fingers. When I heard that, I breathed a huge sigh of relief. Curled up in a ball, Yuni's soft breaths can be heard as he slept on. Even though it's dangerous to sleep while suffering from hypothermia, it would be even more dangerous to waste his strength at the moment. It should be okay to let him sleep as long as I wake him up every 30 minutes. Wrapped up in my blanket, I stared at my beloved watch, which had been completely scratched up by now. In this long night, which almost felt like it would last for an eternity, I thought about many, many things. For example, I opened and flipped through the 20 years of my life like an album. Elementary school, when I wrote a love letter. High school, when I found out a senpai I really admired had a girlfriend and cried all night. Aw, Kokoro. Going drinking with friends in the same class and then going overboard with the alcohol, resulting in a terrible hangover the day after. All of them were just simple everyday things. But when I think back on them now, all those days sparkle brightly like precious jewels. Perhaps dying will make all the memories I had accumulated inside of me disappear. That's a weird background. You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of like a womb, like looking inside of a woman's womb, and then there's like a picture of a baby using ultrasound. That's what the background reminds me of. It's creepy. Perhaps everything will return to zero. All that will remain is the inorganic record that I was once here, and the pieces of memories I have left in the hearts of those who knew me. That'll be all. I don't want to lose those simple, yet irreplaceable, priceless memories. I don't want to die. I really, really don't want to die. Besides that, the long, long night made me ponder many other things. One thing that dominated my thoughts was the situation with Satoru, about what Yuni had said in Sphere.
お前が殺したんだ。
Yeah, I don't get that. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right, Yuni blamed Satoru for killing that man. But it was... what's her name? Hitori? Yeah, it was Hitori. Hattori? I forgot her name. I'll really remember it in a while, but yeah, she's the one who killed the man. Well, it was heavily implied, because when Kokoro woke up in Satoru's body, she was holding the knife. Satoru killed that man. Yuni witnessed it. That was why he was so frightened when he saw me in Satoru's body. I believed in Satoru. Yet things have happened that have made me lose faith in him. Yeah, that's right, like eating the food, the tack? No, but tack, what am I saying? Like the I don't know what food is that? I keep forgetting so much, but he ate all the food, and so of course, like, Satoru's just a big jerk. I once thought of Satoru as my partner. A partner with whom I shared the experiences of this strange personality exchange phenomenon. In a snowy world where no one else could be trusted, he was the only person I believed in.
それなのに
He had killed someone. Because I was tossed right back into the blizzard, I haven't had the time to think about it. But now that I have, it's really frightening. Satoru, he killed that man. No, it wasn't Satoru. The murderer simply cannot be Satoru, because the person who held the blade was Hotori, that's her name, not Satoru. And then, yeah, her murderous personality is Inabishi Keiko. Now I'm starting to remember. Yuni must be mistaken somehow. After struggling with it, that's the final conclusion I came to. Yeah, logically, oh, there you go, the rations. But what about the rations? He went and ate all the rations by himself. He ate Yuni and Yomigi's rations too. I hadn't told him that hardtack was for the three of us. Okay, it's called hardtack. So I was partly at fault. But I never thought that Satoru would secretly eat all the rations without telling me anything. I like these thinking backgrounds. They're really cool. Like this one's like a spiral. A spiral. Ooh. No way. As far as I could tell from the notes he left, Satoru is a very reasonable person. Even locked up in a shelter cabin, I don't believe he's the type of guy who'd eat all the rations on a whim. Maybe he had some special reason. Thinking that he might have left some messages that would serve as a clue, I tried playing the VR. But unfortunately, there wasn't anything unusual recorded on it. You know what? I know Kokoro was trying to defend Satoru, but maybe he really was just hungry. You know, and he ate it, but, you know, Kokoro didn't tell him. Like she said, Kokoro didn't tell Satoru that those rations were for all three of them. So it was a mistake. Yeah, that sucks. Mistakes happen. But I don't think Satoru's a bad person. Well, I don't know. We don't know his inner thoughts or why he did these things, but we might find out. Flipping through my head quickly, I thought back over everything that had happened during these 5 days. Now that I think about it, when Satoru had eaten the rations, back then he had gone outside, like he always does. That's right, I'm sure that was outside the cabin when I transferred back. I don't know exactly why Satoru went outside, but perhaps he had gone out there to do something so that we can all make it back alive. Huh. Maybe he had to eat the rations because of that. These backgrounds, man, they're pretty funky. Wait a minute. Isn't this just a mixture of the previous two backgrounds? You can kind of tell. Is it? What a convenient explanation. If Mayuzumi heard that, she would probably double over laughing. True. But I want to believe him. That's why I decided to think of the problem with the rations as something that couldn't be helped. I believe in Satoru. Even if everyone else in the world loses faith in him. I believe in Satoru. Because Satoru is my partner. Despite never being in contact with him, we're very close. It's as if he's my other half. Our relationship is the only thing that's keeping me sane. Ever since arriving at Sphia and the shelter cabin, I'd become much more unstable. With nature's wrath at the shelter cabin and the murderous monster at Sphia, no normal person would be able to act like everything was okay. But thinking back, I realized it's because Satoru was here, because he was so calm that I was able to keep my sanity. Satoru. I wonder if Satoru is okay. I wonder if Satoru is still alive. I want to see him and to talk to him. I want to hear his voice. I want to touch his hand. Satoru. Kokoro, sounds like you're in love with Satoru. My partner. My irreplaceable partner. It does kind of sound like it. Yeah, she likes Satoru in a romantic way, but I don't know. Yuni woke up in my arms. Slowly, he opened his eyes.
まだ時間じゃないよ。もう少し寝てても。
Yuni shook his head.
もういいよ。寝すぎで頭がウニになっちゃいそうだよ。体は平気？どっかおかしいところはない？平気だよ。元気ピンピン。
Even though he still looked cold, he had a bright smile on his face. Can I stop worrying now?
今度はココロンが眠ってよ。僕が起こしてあげるから。まだ大丈夫。眠れないなら僕が子守歌歌ってあげよっか。眠れ眠れ眠っちゃえ。
Oh, Yuni.
どんな歌なのよそれ。
I smiled slightly. At the same time, I was surprised by the fact that I was even able to smile. It's the first time I realized that people can still smile even in a situation as dire as this. Man-made miracle. Ooh, what's gonna happen?
そうだ、忘れてた。
Throwing off his blanket, Yuni jumped to his feet.
ねえ、セイジ。
Yumki slowly raised his head.
ユニ、お前まだ寝てなきゃダメじゃないか。
僕のことなら大丈夫。そんなことよりももう一度電話かけてみようよ。
電話
What?
電話？
How would he suddenly just know to try the phone again?
電話ってあの衛星電話のこと？そうだよ。
3 days ago, Yomgi recovered a satellite phone at the scene of the plane crash. If we were able to get through to someone with a satellite phone, we could let them know our location. Then a rescue could be requested. But according to the newspaper article, no. Even if we just ignored that newspaper article, the satellite that the phone needs to work can't operate due to the current effects of the solar winds. Even if the phone connects to the satellite by sheer luck, the chances of getting a proper connection is 1 in a million? Wait, okay, why is 1 spelt 1 but a million spelt in numerals? Whatever, it's just a minor thing. Even if we were to dial once every second for 24 hours straight, we would get a proper connection only once every 11.5 days. You can call that a miracle. Oh, so that's what's gonna happen? We're gonna get a connection? That kind of miracle has sadly not happened. Not happened yet. That's what Yomgi's failures have taught us during these 3 days, in which he tried and failed over and over again to make a call from the satellite phone.
ユニ、残念ながら電話はもうダメなんだよ。つながりっこない。
どうして？試してみなきゃわからないじゃないか。昨日つながらなくても、一昨日つながらなくても、さっきつながらなくても、今この瞬間はつながるかもしれないんだよ。
しかし。
かけなさい。
Wrapped up in her blanket, Mayuzumi interrupted.
ユニの言う通りよ。試してみなきゃわからないわ。かけてみるべきよ。
Yomgi hesitated as he rubbed his chin. I thought about it. Things may certainly be as Yuni had said. That's what I had started to think. At this exact moment, the phone may connect. There's still a chance for a miracle.
何悩んでるのよ。チャンスはまさに今かもしれないのに、それを放棄する気？日本国憲法第27条1項、すべて国民は勤労の権利を有し義務を負う。さっさと働きなさいよ、この薄泥。
But Yumki didn't move at all. Perhaps his hopes have already crumbled away because of the exhaustion from the past couple of days.
よもぎさん、電話はどこにあるんですか？
冬川さん、かけるのか？
そうです。電話の保管場所を教えてください。
電話なら僕のバッグの中にある。
I quickly ran over to Yomgi's bag and looked inside. I found the phone right away.
どこにかければいいんだろう。
110? No. 119 isn't quite right either.
かけるなら山岳救助隊がいいだろう。番号は
I dialed the number Yomgi gave me.
もっとかかるとは思えないがね。
The phone speak was silent.
無駄な努力というものさ。
Just like he said, it was useless to try. The moment that thought entered my head, suddenly somebody spoke. Oh snap. Eh? This?
はい、こちら八甲田山遭難対策委員会山岳救助隊。
Hooray, we did it!
あれ、もしもし、もしもし。
Everyone's just in pure shock. It went through. I was so shocked that any possible response went right out of my head. I just stared blankly, not knowing what to say.
風
Yomugi grabbed the phone.
もしもし
Yomugi yelled into the phone.
我々は HAL18 便の乗客だ。墜落した旅客機だよ。ニュースでやってるだろう。行方不明。そういうことになってるのか。まあいい。そうだ。18便の墜落地点は南八甲田の赤倉岳だ。我々はその墜落事故の生き残りで、生存者は全部で4名だ。今は赤倉岳緊急避難小屋に避難してる。ポイントはわかるだろう。僕の GPS によれば、北緯40度35分35秒、東経140度55分20秒、標高プラス1298メートル。今まで何とかしのいできたが、そろそろ限界だ。物資も底をついてしまった。今すぐに助けに来てほしい。もしもし。
Oh no. Did it cut?
おい、聞いてるのか。もしもし。
Oh no.
切れちまいやがった。
Yomugi-san redialed again right away. But
ダメだ。繋がらない。
no matter how many times he tried again after that, none of the calls made it through.
助けに来てくれるんですか？
わからない。
わからないってどういうことよ。あんたちゃんと説明したの？
言うべきことは言ったつもりだ。ただ途中で切れてしまったんだ。向こうの返答が聞けなかった。途中から電波状況が悪くなってほとんど応答が聞き取れなかった。それどころかきちんと内容が伝わったかどうかもわからない。僕の言葉をどこまで聞き取ってくれたのか。
それって場所とか私たちのこととか全然伝わってないかもってこと？
うん、自信がない。
ちょっとどうにかしなさいよ。なんとかしなさい。もう一度かけるのよ。
無理だよMayuzumi。さっき繋がったのだって奇跡みたいなものだったんだから。奇跡は二度起きたりはしない。
貸しなさい。私がやるわ。
Lynn grabbed the phone and pressed the redial button once again. Lynn? I mean that's her other name, but why aren't you calling her Mayuzumi? Maybe it's just a mistake in the translation?
つながるわ。つながるのよ。きっとつながらなくちゃ困るのよ。つながりなさいよ。どうしたのよ。どうなってるのよ。つながってよ。お願い。お願い。だから。
Aw, sometimes I do feel bad for Mayuzumi, even though she's a jerk. With the phone still in her hand, Mayuzumi eventually collapsed to her knees with tears in her eyes.
Mayuzumiさん。
I laid a supporting hand on her shoulder. Her shoulders were quivering.
祈ろう。あとは祈るしかない。僕らのことがきちんと伝わったと信じて、きっと助けに来てくれる。そう信じよう。
Even though Yomugi's words were hopeful and inspiring, they did nothing to comfort Mayuzumi. Putting down the phone, she stumbled slowly toward the bed. Wrapping herself in blankets, she went completely silent. No, she was muttering something repeatedly under her breath. If things keep going like this, she may just lose her mind. Getting more and more worried about her, I moved closer beside her. Revealed feelings.
今度こそもうダメだわ。私たち死ぬんだわ。何やってたんだろう。 死に物狂いになってあがいて仲違いして、それでも生きようとして滑稽だわ。
Mayuzumi muttered in her blanket. She had pretty much given up. Her eyes were hollow, staring at nothing in particular. I couldn't leave her alone in that state. I sat down in front of her.
Mayuzumi-san.
I said softly. I don't know whether Mayuzumi had heard me and decided to ignore me, or if my words hadn't reached her, but she didn't respond, and instead continued talking to herself.
思えばあっけない人生だったわ。つまらない人生。そうは思わない？いいえ。あの時を除いては、あの時の私たちは輝いていた。生きる喜びに包まれていた。
We? Our? Could she be talking about Satoru?
サトル、
Yep.
サトル。
I'm not sure when it started, but Mayuzumi was now in tears.
サトル、助けて。私を助けて。
Mayuzumi took hold of my arm. She looked into my eyes. But her stare was distant, as if she was looking at something else far away.
サトル、サトル、サトルに会いたい。もう一度あなたに会いたい。お願い、会いに来て。私に会いに来て。サトルのふりでも構わない。それでも構わないから。
Ah, Mayuzumi.
言ってほしいの。私を助けてくれるって、守ってくれるって。どうして来てくれないの？私のこと嫌いになっちゃったの？私があなたの元から去ってしまったから？あなたを捨ててしまったから？
I wonder what happened. Huh. The person she's looking at isn't me. It's Satoru she's seeing. Begging him. Pleading with him.
でも仕方なかったのよ。親に逆らえなかったの。うん、そんなの言い訳ね。私の都合だもの。私の勝手な都合であなたを裏切ってしまったんだもの。だったら謝るから。ごめんなさいって謝るから。だから会いに来て。助けに来て。お願い。
Her hands gripped my arm even more tightly. Her fingers dug into my skin.
サトル。
The person she's asking for is Satoru. What she needs right now is not my consolation, but Satoru's words. If that's the case, I should try to remember Satoru's words from the message he had left behind in the VR. Try to remember the way that he talked. Then,
リン。
え？
リン、俺だよ。
サトル。
ああ、
I nodded.
そうだ。
Before all the words had left my mouth, Mayuzumi was already hugging me.
サトル、サトル、サトル。
She held me tight with all her strength, her arms wrapped around me. Tighter and tighter. That strength and intensity represented the strong feelings Mayuzumi had for him.
サトル、私、あなたに あなたに会いたかったの。あなたに会うためだけに私は生きてきたの。生き延びてきたの。あなたに会うためなら何でもやった。ひどいことも理不尽なことも嫌われるようなことも何でもやってきた。他人にどう思われようと全然構わなかった。だって私に残されてるのはあなただけだったんだもの。サトル。
I stroked Mayuzumi's back gently as she continued mumbling into my chest. She felt so fragile, like a child, like someone so very young. Her body quivered.
リン、
Somehow, an incredible feeling enveloped me. It feels as if I've really become Satoru, as if I've really become someone close to her. I want to protect her. I want to save her. The feeling spread through me.
ねえサトル、覚えてる？もしも私が突然この世界から消えてしまったらどうするって私が聞いた時のこと。
ああ、覚えてるよ。
Of course, I don't know a thing about that. But I just tried to imagine that something like that did happen between the two of them.
その時あなたはこう言ったわよね。リンのいる世界を見つけるよって。もしその世界が見つからなかったとしても見つかるまで探し続けると思うって。あの時の言葉嘘じゃなかったのね。あなたは私が消えた後も探し続けてくれた。こうして会いに来てくれた。
ああ、もちろんだ。当たり前じゃないか。
I stroked her hair gently.
嬉しい。
Her body stopped shaking.
そしてあなたはこう聞き返してきたわよね。もしも突然この世界から俺の存在が消え失せてしまったとしたらどうするって。私は半年も経てばあなたのことなんて忘れてしまうって答えた。でも忘れることなんてできなかった。あなたを失ってしまったことが辛くて辛くて苦しくて苦しくて毎日毎日耐えられないくらいに悲しかったの。寂しかったの。ただの強がりだったの。嫌な女よね。
I kind of feel bad for her now, like now that she's like revealing this side of her, like I feel bad. You know? It makes her a little bit more likable.
そんなことないよ。リンはそうであってこそのリンなんだから。
サトル、お願い。どこにも行ったりしないで。消えちゃったりしないで。一人にしないで。私のそばにずっといて。ずっとずっと私を離さないで。お願い、お願いよ。
Mayuzumi held me tighter and tighter.
リン、大丈夫だよ。大丈夫。俺はどこへも行ったりしない。ずっとリンのそばにいる。俺はいつだってリンの中にいる。
サトル。
Then, we talked about all the memories she had of being with Satoru. We talked on and on endlessly. About sweet, happy memories. Innocent and delightful memories. Pleasant memories that made us both smile. And painful memories that tugged at our heartstrings. Petty troubles that made funny stories now. That was the history Satoru and Mayuzumi had created together. The stories that they had woven together. Like a spring gushing forth, Mayuzumi spoke. I remained silent and listened. I listened on as Satoru, not myself. I was Satoru in these moments alone with her. I watched Mayuzumi. It was there in one of her white, small welt-shaped ears. A simple earring. Could this be a present from Satoru? I slowly reached out and touched that earring. Mayuzumi gave a small jump.
ごめん。
平気。サトル、私の耳とかピアスに触るの好きだったわよね。私が耳感じやすいの知ってるくせに。そうやって私の反応を見るのがあなたは好きだった。エッチ。
I hope I'm not turning red. It's okay, Kokoro. I'm Satoru, so I can't let this faze me. Self-control, self-control. Good. With that, I should be alright.
それに引き換え、私は子供っぽかったかも。いつもあなたにじゃれついてた。
Surprising. The usual resolute, strong-willed Mayuzumi definitely doesn't seem like a woman that would flirt with a man. So she changes in front of the man she loves. No, that's not it. It could be that her everyday personality is just a mask she created for herself, and this is a return to her real personality. And that's why she has the archetype persona.
あれ、楽しかったよね。
え、あれって。
What does she mean by that?
あれよあれ。昨日話したじゃない。
Yesterday? Oh, okay. I don't know about this.
ちゃんと覚えててくれたじゃない。
What exactly is she talking about? I haven't the slightest idea.
ひょっとして忘れちゃったの？そんなわけないわよね。
Oh, now she drove me in a corner. How am I supposed to reply? This is bad. Yes, it's really bad. I have absolutely no idea what she's referring to. I'll be found out. What do I do? What do I do?
ほらあれよ。ぐるぐる。
ぐるぐる。
うん。ぐるぐる。
ああ、あれね。うん、覚えてるよ。ぐるぐる。ほら、あれだろ。よく恋人同士がやる。あれ。
Now it's sheer desperation. I'll just go along with whatever she says.
うん、そうそう。浜辺でぐるぐるって。
I have no idea what they're talking about. Round and round on the beach. Round and round. Somehow this kind of scene came to mind. With Satoru as the axis, he held onto Mayuzumi and swung her around and round as she clung to him. Like one of those rides in an amusement park. That must be it. Using that mental picture as a reference, I spoke tentatively. Since it was something I would never imagine Mayuzumi doing.
夜の浜辺でぐるぐるって。楽しかったな。でもサトルはちっとも楽しそうじゃなくて、私だけ一人ではしゃいでたっけ。
そうだったな。あんなのどこが楽しいんだか。俺にはさっぱり理解できんね。
Although I said that, I fully understand Mayuzumi's feelings. Holding onto her boyfriend, round and round. Lovers playing with the beautiful night view behind them. A world, a space, a time for just the two of them. I could understand it well. No, wait. I'm envious. That was very romantic. After Mayuzumi laughed, she drew away from me.
いっぱい話したらちょっと疲れちゃった。少し横になるね。ああ、おやすみ。おやすみ。
Aww. Lying down, she drew the blankets over her head. I caressed her back softly and stood up. Looks like she somehow regained her composure. I think she'll be all right now.
ありがとう。
From beneath the blankets, Mayuzumi softly said that.
冬川さん。
Aww. Oh, so she didn't believe? So then she didn't believe me. Well, So I'm guessing that she knew it was all an act, but she went with it, and that was kind of like it was kind of a therapy for her. Aww. What? She saw right through me. Oh man. Despite my good deed, I felt just slightly dejected, as I thought I had put on a convincing act. But I felt thankful to Mayuzumi, who went along with that me. I felt like I had gotten a bit closer to her, even if only a little. And I was glad she had cheered up. I felt that way from the bottom of my heart. Leaving Mayuzumi, I went toward Yuni. Yuni was squirming under the blankets.
何やってるの？
うん。これをね、聞こうと思って。
When I noticed, he was holding a radio in his hand.
それって前に聞いたとき壊れてたやつ？
Angel descending in darkness. Wow. I wonder what this chapter is going to be about.
あの時は濡れてただけだよ。ラジオの裏の蓋開けて乾かしたから、ひょっとしたら聞けるかも。
濡れたら壊れちゃうものじゃないの？
あれ？ココロン知らないの？電化製品を水洗いして修理するっていう方法もあるんだよ。
While fiddling with the radio's dial, Yuni said,
ちゃんと乾かしてあげれば、ショートしない限り元に戻るんだ。
The speaker picked up some static.
ほらね。
Yuni tried to tune it, but
あれ？おかしいな。聞こえないや。
やっぱり濡れたせいで。
そうなのかな。
Yuni pointed at a red light near the upper part of the radio.
ほら、ここのダイオードが切れてる。
電球切れ？
電球とダイオードは別だよ。電球みたいに切れたりしないの。これが消えてるってことは、内部の線のどこかが切れてるのかもしれない。
In any case, Yuni was quite calm and collected. Yet I could only feel hopeless, anxious, and insecure about whether help was on its way or not. Even Mayuzumi is moping around. Yomugi hasn't said a word since that incident, either. I guess he has his own troubles to deal with as well. Is Yuni just pretending to be strong? No, wait. As he tries to fix the radio, he's trying to listen into news from the outside world, to see if the media is reporting anything about us. Of course, Yuni is uneasy as well. I nodded my head in agreement with the conclusion that I had come to. As he tampered with the radio, Yuni's frown grew deeper.
どこかにぶつけたのかな。
The radio was covered with weird scratches. There was a crack in front of it as well.
あれ？
I recognized that radio. But from where? You mean from Sphere? That's right, the day before yesterday. During my fight with Hattori, I had thrown the first thing that had come to hand, a radio at her. Oh, this is something I forgot. I made the decision on the spur of the moment. Is that when it was damaged? Wait a moment. Yeah, that's right, Kokoro. Why is the radio here cracked just like the one in Sphia? Not only that, there's the charm too. The charm he received from Utsumi in Sphia. The Yuni of the shelter cabin had it as well. Additionally, I comb Yuni's bangs upward.
どうしたの？
Kokoro, now you're getting it. You're getting it now, Kokoro. As Yuni stared blankly at me, I could see an old wound was on Yuni's forehead. Isn't this the injury that Hattori gave him the other day? It's all healed now. It's all healed now. What does it mean? Where's this Yuni from?
ねえ、ユニ？
I muster up my courage and ask the question I've been wanting to ask all this while. I chose my words carefully and started to talk about the radio in the wound. Meanwhile, Yuni stayed silent. With a strangely mature face that didn't suit his age, he looked at me. While keeping my voice low so that neither Yomugi nor Mayuzumi could hear, I explained what I had experienced. Then, strengthening my resolve, I asked him,
ユニ、あなたはスフィアに行ったことがあるんじゃないの？未来から来たんじゃないの？
そんなわけ。
でもそう考えれば辻褄の合うことがあるの。ユニ、私が死体を見るって占いで言ったよね。私本当に見たの、スフィアで。それって予言じゃなくて本当のことじゃないの？ユニは未来のことを知っていたからそんなことが言えたんじゃないの？
Yuni didn't answer. He just silently stared at me.
それだけじゃない。ほら、あの新聞のこと。私たちの死亡記事が書かれていた新聞。あれって本物だって言ってたよね。
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but I think everything that's happening at the cabin is like a simulation, and Yuni's just in on it. That's why everything's so like confusing and why he knows the future. That's what I think, but I'm not sure if that's the real answer.
ユニは私たちがあの記事通り死んじゃうって知ってたから。だからあんなこと言ったんじゃないの？
Or maybe he just knows the future because, yeah.
うん。ひょっとしたらあの新聞自体ユニが持ってきたんじゃ。
Losing my patience, I grabbed Yuni, who had been silent all this time, by his shoulders, raising my voice as I continued.
お願い。なんとか言ってよ。お願いだから。私たちどうなるの？
Something fell lightly from his breast pocket. Something white, soft, like down. I picked it up.
これは
What is it? A feather. The feather of a white goose that was stuck in my hair that day, the day I first met Yuni. The angel's feather. Because those simple words would have been so incredibly romantic. My confusion has reached its limits. The charm, the cracked radio, the cut on his forehead, and he has the angel's feather.
そう、記念だよ。ココロンと出会ったことを忘れないようにするための。
I looked into Yuni's eyes. His eyes were hollow. I don't know what he was looking at. Perhaps he wasn't looking at anything.
ユニ、あなた。
Who are you?
あなたは誰？あなた何者なの？
Oh my gosh. Is this not Yuni? Or is she just asking who is Yuni because he knows about the future? All of a sudden, Yomgi raised his face, surprised at my abruptly loud voice. Yeah, Yuni, just who exactly are you?
おい、どうしたんだ？
At that instant, oh no. Oh, I thought we were gonna transfer, but no, we just get Yuni yelling. Yuni let out a strange scream, jumped out of his bed, and broke into a run. He opened the door before I could stop him. Cold air rushed into the room. There was a roaring blizzard outside. Yuni flew out into the raging storm. Yuni! I chased after him in a panic. Yuni was standing in front of the shelter cabin. The driving snow striking his face, he stood there, looking up at the sky.
どうしちゃったの？ユニ！
He didn't answer.
ユニってば！
While shielding my face from the whirling snow, I called out to him again. What happened? Did my question cause this? Was it traumatic to him?
もう聞かないから。だから戻ってきて。
Hearing my desperate appeal, Yuni slowly turned his head toward me. And in this furious storm, Yuni smiled. Oh, that's creepy. And that's from the opening. I know this image from the opening too.
かごめかごめ
Oh, now this is really creepy.
かごの中の鳥はいついつでやる夜明けの晩にずると亀が滑った後ろの正面だれ
Is there gonna be someone behind me? He was swallowed by the raging storm.
何をしてるんだ！
Numgi rushed outside and caught Yuni, who was still standing in front of the cabin.
また低体温症になるぞ！
Yomgi grabbed Yuni and returned to the cabin with him. To shut the door, I had to practically throw my whole body's weight against it.
何があった？
That was extremely creepy. Holy crap. That gave me chills, actually.
わかりません。突然飛び出していって。
Yuni had his eyes closed. Had he lost consciousness?
低体温症になると幻覚を見たり暴れ出したりするんだ。その症状かもしれない。
Yumiki laid the back of his hand against Yuni's cheek. He touched his neck and the area around his armpit.
幸い体温はそれほど奪われていない。
Yumiki gently laid Yuni down on the bed. A pained expression contorting his face, he shrugged his shoulders.
申し訳ないが、さっきと同じように温めてやってくれないか。
わかりました。
I embraced the senseless Yuni and wrapped us up in the blankets. The limbs that we had painstakingly warmed up earlier were once again cold like ice. Meanwhile, Yomigi presented us with his own blankets as he said.
眠いようなら冬川さんも寝てくれ。
でも
曇っているが、一応太陽が昇っている。多少は気温が上がるだろう。昼間のうちに体力を取り戻そう。
よもぎさんは？
Yomigi pointed at the wristwatch.
しばらく経ったら交代してくれ。
それじゃ起こしてください。
Yomugi looked up at Mayuzumi's bed. At some point, she had fallen asleep. We could hear her weak breathing. Yomugi touched the nape of her neck. Is he checking her heart rate? He also placed his hand in front of her mouth to confirm that she was breathing.
眉住も少し眠らせよう。消耗がひどそうだ。
Yomugi reached out and started to rummage around Mayuzumi's bed. He was probably fixing her blankets. Then he returned to my bedside.
眠るんだ。また夜が来る。それまでの間。
I held Yuni tight and closed my eyes. Is this Yuni really the Yuni from the future? I want him to know, but he had run away. I can't ask him anymore. I don't want to burden him further. With my eyes closed, I buried my face in Yuni's hair. What is the truth? That newspaper isn't real? Can we stay alive? Lots of problems swept through my mind. But before long, I fell asleep. Like that of a newborn baby, a deep, deep sleep. Struggle against the end. Okay, so it's about an hour of recording. But by the chapter name, I feel like this could get us our definite ending. I forgot, is this the 6th day or the 7th day? Oh no, it's still the 6th day, I think. Gosh, I don't remember actually. I actually don't remember what day it is. But do I want to keep going or no? I think I'll keep going until the next chapter. And then, yeah. The thing is, I don't want to keep going and then hit an ending. And then that episode's gonna be like extremely short. Or actually whatever, I'll keep going. And night came once again. We took turns sleeping until the sun set, but we could barely recover any of our strength. Our food, fuel, and water had been used up. The air inside the shelter cabin was so dry it was getting difficult to even breathe. Yes, the air was so cold that breathing in made my lungs cry out in pain. And when you breathed in through your nose, you felt as if the inside of it would freeze solid. Even though we had our coats on and even blankets draped over each of us, they were completely useless as protection from the cold. I couldn't stop my body from shivering like someone severely ill. It was difficult to even move my limbs. Inside the shelter cabin, all conversation between us had stopped completely. We didn't so much as utter the words, "It's cold." Our discolored lips quivered intensely inside this small cabin enshrouded in darkness. Only the sound of our shaky breaths remind us that we were still alive. Yuni, who was now asleep and cuddled beside Yomugi-san, looked almost as if he had stopped breathing altogether. We were at our limit. I had felt this way many times before, but it wasn't until now that I felt the reality of death drawing closer and closer. Oh no. The god of death, known as Cold, had invaded the shelter cabin, and was contemplating whose neck would be the first under his scythe. I don't know if the phone call yesterday actually made it through, but even if it had, the rescue team probably wouldn't come for us in this blizzard. I breathed a sigh onto my frozen fingers. Are we going to freeze to death like this? Is there nothing we can do but sit here and shiver this way as we wait for death? To get caught up in this bizarre personality exchange phenomenon and die without understanding any of it?
やだやだよ
I tried forcing my voice out, as if to make sure I was still alive, but that voice cracked and faded away. I prayed for it in my heart. For hope. For the hope to live on. No matter how small it may be. I wished for a light to reach out to. I wished for a light to lead the way. Without it, we were all going to be crushed by the complete darkness that enveloped us inside this cabin. The 7th day. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the 7th day. Usually the seventh days have the endings and they're usually shorter. It's 1 hour has passed, but I think if it's not too long, if it's too long, I'll break it up in parts. I'll just awkwardly just stop at a halfway point. But I think we're gonna finally get our first ending. And look, scene's done. 30%. 30%. We're not even halfway through this game, and there's still lots of mystery. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to know more. So I'll keep going.